So Jim is going to be with us. I've been to his restaurant, absolutely amazing food, modern, European with Korean influences, extremely well done. Mr. Yuji Vakia, who will be hosted at the Mandarin Orchard, the Mandarin Court, and who is a master in Chinese cookery. So, these are the chefs for this World Food Summit Epicurean promotion.
I'm going to just take the discussion from the consumer's perspective now, Peter, because we were talking before the press conference, and Mr. Han was saying that the sheer scope and the breadth of the various talents on offer is pretty impressive. Okay? What can the consumer expect, then, in your opinion, from this wide range of master chefs?
I think clearly the competition is on in terms of the chefs attracting all the consumers out there. We know that some of them are already fully sold out, and others are being sold out as we speak. I think the consumers, like in previous years, will have to come to expect that the chef themselves will bring their favorite dishes, and also I think they will come to expect the fact that there are local produce. In Singapore, don't produce anything, we don't grow anything, we import a lot of stuff. But based on what we import, and as well as working in a kitchen that they're not familiar with, and to be able to create dishes, I think that's important. So they should come to expect that the dishes that they're going to experience will be amazing. As what Peter said, it will be different from the home kitchen that they will be used to, but they'll also be cooking en masse, and yet keeping to the quality that we've come to enjoy and come to expect through the years. And on this note itself, I just wanted to also express our thanks to Takagi-san as well as Kia-san for making the trip out here to Singapore to really give us the privilege of enjoying their cuisine. We know that the people of Japan have shown great tenacity during this period, as we've seen with our own employees in Japan, and we just wanted to say we are at awe in terms of what the country has done and the way you have coped, and we just wanted to say we salute you for everything you've done through the crisis. Thank you.
The good thing about having master chefs cooking for scripts, you can try different master chefs at different restaurants. But for the special guest chef, it was usually a one-off, very exclusive, very unique. So tell us a bit more about these guest chefs who are going to be here and what kind of events that they're going to be cooking at.
Okay, let's take a quick look. We have one of my favorite destinations, and the gentleman has been one here before. I've eaten in this restaurant when I visited my distribution earlier on, David Munoz. David, are you here with us? Please come and join us on stage. So we have Spanish gastronomy at its best, and David is not alone, so let me jump to the next chef. Ramon Fresha. Ramon, please join us. Both chefs are not new to Singapore, but it's the first time that they're actually cooking together. So tomorrow night we have the Spanish gala dinner, together with Torres Wine, the Excellency, the Ambassador. We have some gentlemen from Madrid here, somewhere sitting in the audience. Welcome, welcome. I know you are happy to jump in, and Miguel had to go somewhere to Mexico, so he's already written to me. You said you lucky something. We're going to be polite, you know, it's press conference after all that. I mean, you know, Singapore, you know, if you say the wrong thing, maybe somebody, you know. But everybody watches the exciting cooking show, so that's okay. But in the real life, that doesn't work that way. Anyhow, so we've got both of them, and they have been busy this morning. We took a look. They cook at the charity dinner this year, which at this moment has already raised $330,000. We haven't done anything yet. The money is already in the bank. The dinner is going to be on Thursday. So every day they're going to do something else. They're going to do some close and personal cooking shows and what have you. So Ramon and David, it's good to have you. Ramon is the more Spanish of the two chefs. David sounds Spanish, but he actually cooks more Asian. And I've heard that one restaurant owner took his dim sum chef to go and see what David is doing now. That is a statement. Because we know that Chinese chefs can be a little bit conservative at times. David has learned his craft not in Asia, he's learned it in England. Hakkasan and who was the other one? Nobu, right. And what he does, Asian style, Spanish ingredients, absolutely stunning. Of course, then we have Dietmar Sawyer, who isn't here yet. He's going to be here soon, and we're going to do the 15th anniversary gala. He doesn't know the Restaurant 41 anymore. He's now at the Virunga Waters Inn. Is that pronounced correctly? Where my host is here? Piroa. Okay, something like that. If you ever go and visit him, waterplane from Sydney, don't drive. Bad idea. Waterplane from Sydney, you land in front of the restaurant, no roads go to this restaurant, and there you are. A day or two of bliss. Especially if you have to foster relationships, you know, like you propose, or you kind of renew your vows, or if you want an argument, you know, the other partner cannot run away, you can do it there as well. But the food is too good, the service is too fantastic, and it's just a beautiful stuff. So Dietmar's coming back. You have Andrew Turner, representing the English, British gastronomy, works as Wilton for many, many years, and we're going to do a special British gastronomy dinner presented by Laguna at the Grand Hyatt. So Lucas is quite happy, so everything this year comes from his part of the world then. Oh God, here we go. Singapore rocks with Korean superstars. Usually they're called Rain. They're called TV series that go into the hundreds. I know somebody very close to me. Once she starts, she doesn't stop until 2 weeks later, all done, you know. Everything Korean. Korean has become very much a buzzword. And we said we're going to bring a Korean chef. But this guy is not just a celebrity. He doesn't come on his own. He comes with street TV crews. And he has the only thing that's going to happen on his dinner, someone is going to steal the show, and I'm going to introduce that a little later. But ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to welcome Mr. Edward Kwok. He'll be cooking at the Conrad Centennial, and I see Wolfgang is sitting here somewhere, and he's still smiling, so maybe because you haven't been in the kitchen the last week. Oh, okay, there we go. We have coming back, and all of you know Michael Dino. Again, I think as part of the 50th anniversary celebration, he owns Hudson Valley Cobra. You remember this one year when every single animal rights group in the world was writing to us. We never sold that many tickets like that year. We brought him back because he's now a true blue restaurateur. He owns the restaurant Lola, is already known for that restaurant, even though it's only 6-7 months old. He's done a TV show, was called The Runaway Chef, and the next series is coming up. So Michael has matured since we came. He came the first time just with a few bags of foie gras in his bag. Now he comes as a fully fledged restaurateur. And he's going to do a very special dinner called Sabador or Golden Sabres. We have, for every home chef in Singapore, the dream come true. Rachel Allen from Ireland. Sorry, that's the only one from that world that doesn't cook in your hotel, Lucas, but that's okay, right? Actually two, but never mind. Rachel is going to cook courtesy of BBC. And yeah, she's going to do what she does best. Rachel's favorite food for living. And we're going to look very much forward, so also at the Conrad Centennial. So, next segment of WGS, almost complete.
Peter, with all due respect, I want to bring up a point that you talked about so earlier. In the past, you've had certain media personalities come down here. There have been mixed results in terms of the dinners they put together. Some well received, some not so well received. What can we expect then from these media chefs, as it were? They are trained chefs, but they are also media chefs. What can we expect from
Okay, not all of them are necessarily trained chefs, but they're all chefs by passion. Okay. And I think when we see them on TV, they perform, and whatever they do, they must be good, otherwise they wouldn't be there. But sometimes what these media chefs do, when they come in here, they try to run a banquet for 100, 150, 200 on their own. And that is probably the worst mistake that they can possibly do. You cook for 1, 2, 4 people in front of a television camera is one thing. You're going to satisfy 200, 250, 300 people, that's something else. I give a classic example. We had Anthony Bourdain. He came with his book, went to the chef of the highest end, said, "Chef, this is it, this is me. You take care." Chef took care, a tremendous success. Some of the chefs come in, and quite right, they're a little bit nervous, and they want to do it on their own. And that's when things start going horribly wrong. We had a dinner where the salmon was so overcooked it tasted like sawdust. We had another pair of chefs that came in, and I remember at about midnight when the main course went out, I had started people leaving because the chef insisted he had to touch every plate. You tried to explain that to 160 people in the audience. So to the celebrity chefs, past, present, future, the best thing, chefs in the hotel know how to handle volume. They know how to do it perfect for larger number of people. We are not in a TV studio, you're in a ballroom, you're going to serve people. So, stay for what you're good at, do your thing, but do it in such a way that, you know, for a master class, but for banquet, please, let our chefs handle it. That's the only advice I can give.
Okay, now we've talked a lot about food and the different chefs that are going to be here, master chefs, guest chefs, celebrity chefs. We're going to shift the focus a little bit to the wines that are coming up. And you know, Mr. Han, we talked about how in the course of your work, in your personal capacity, you enjoy good food and good wine. So in your opinion, I mean, how important is the wine to making the entire dining experience complete?
I guess I will not attempt to describe what it is in the company of experts for fear of saying the wrong thing.
Well,
but I think from a consumer standpoint, personally, I do enjoy the flavors that comes out from the wine itself. And interestingly enough, in a lot of instances, as you eat, and a lot of people know this, it is the flavor of the food that changes as you take the wine. And I think the whole enjoyment comes along with not just gulping the wine down, or just, you know, quickly chewing the food and swallowing it. But I think it's really the whole experience of what we see from the food, understanding the ingredients itself, and then seeing the pairing. I think of late, it is interesting to see a lot of Asian food being paired with wine, and in some instances very successfully. I think this round in World Cooking Summit there will be some of this experimentation, which I really look forward to. I think the bravest thing that anyone could do is to try to pair a series of local dishes like mee siam, laksa, and maybe even durian dessert with wine. And I think that would be the gauntlet that I'll throw at the floor. And let's see that you bring souls out there to try.
Well, you heard it here first, right? The pair.
You are a brave man. That's the first one I have. Durian and wine. Okay, all right.
Well, no, I'm just going to say, Mr. Graham, that maybe later on I can tease you with something about a small little event we have happening sometime late in the year, but we get to that, which really showcases and features the wine. 15 years, besides partners, we've also had the support of friends who have really helped move the World Gourmet Summit along from the wine perspective. So we do have some special guests this year who are going to be playing a significant part in making World Gourmet Summit 2011 happen.
Absolutely, and this is where the remote doesn't work. Good morning. So we have special guest, of course, Dr. Yong. I mean, he's the godfather. The man is 84 years old. He is an amazing wine connoisseur. He is a master in what he's doing, and to have him for all these years as our wine consultant, it's a privilege. Okay, and we are very, very happy to have him with us. This year we have James Halliday coming from Australia. The wines he's going to present are stunning, and he's going to celebrate with us the 50th anniversary. A welcome with my friend. We've got the best nose of the year 2 years ago, Master of Wine, with none other than erobertparker.com. Ms. Lisa Perotti Brown. She's, I think, still doing some training overseas, but the goddess of wine, as you can call her. We've got Alison Didianco, and I made a little note here because you know, my memory is not the same what it used to be. It says here, New York, United States, hosted at one attitude. Global Belvedere Vodka Brand Ambassador, winner of the Belvedere Vodka Bartender Dream Job. So for all you drinkers out there is such a thing as a bartender dream job. And she travels the whole world, so she's going to be with us, and I think she'll be available at the Sunset Cocktail coming Sunday, the highest located bar in Singapore. So she's going to cook up a storm. We've got Francisco Camino. I think he should have just landed all the way from Sergio Rola's restaurant, where he's a master mixologist. and he'll be performing at Fullerton Hotel, the Fullerton Bar. Now here, Edward, there's your competition. We've got the drum cats performing during your dinner. They call drum cats, I call them drum kittens. I was yesterday evening in your hotel, and your F&B manager would say, I'm busy. Busy with what? Oh, your office sent this video over. What video? It was a drum cat. Oh, okay, good luck. 1 hour later, you go enjoy yourself. So we're going to have some perform. Now, what I understand, they beat the drum, and you serve the food according to the beat, right? It's going to go tack, 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 right? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have courtesy of the Korean Tourism Authority, we have the drum cats, and they will also perform at the charity gala dinner. As far as wineries are concerned, we've got Arroyo Estate, we have Taurus, we have Domaine Tubego, Domaine Chevalier, but we also have the Association des Grands Crus Classés Saint-Emilion. I would like to thank personally, Roderick, where are you standing? Come stand up, get some credit here. This is the man. Roderick made it possible that we had 14 winemakers come for a one-off gourmet golf. Try to figure this out. You've got 14 wines, you've got how many holes? 12 holes, or 18 holes. And you've got 4 stops. You've got how many wines at each stop? How do you think this golf game is going to go? And you have some food. And then you're going to go for a dinner, and you still have the 14 wines. And the day after, at St. Regis, at the Chinese restaurant, 8 courses, 14 wines. The sommelier of St. Regis is still scratching his head. How to do that? It's all right. 5 wines on the table, 3 courses, another 5 wines, 3 courses, 14 wines, 130, 40 guests, times 14 wines. How many glasses do we need? How big is the kitchen and the dishwashing machine? So we're going to have this. This is going to be so fun. Huh? This is going to be really great. So, Roderick, your idea has come to fruition. Don't blame me, huh? It's going to be a blast. We've got Rue Benacam, we've got Pio Cesare, we've got JJ Prune, and then, I remember I went to NK and said, I have this winery, our dear friend Mr. Noto from Magma Training, who by the way brings the only real Belitz Spargel to town. So anybody that promotes Belitz Spargel and buys it from the hinterland of China, trust me, it's not the same. The first load is coming on the 28th. Now he came to me and said, Markus Molitor, even though I'm born in Germany, I don't really know the German wines that well. Well, then we checked out this Markus Molitor, who unfortunately cannot be here, but his wines are here and they're damn good. An amazing reputation they have. And we can see again what the Singaporean doesn't know. We have come a long way, but we have not yet become adventurous. So we have some work to do there. Maybe Citibank can help you to become a bit more adventurous. Did you hear this? 100% rebate. So you buy 150. I want to do this. I want to know where can I do this. Is Ryan's restaurant on that list? Because I want to know. I want to have that voucher. So I go 1 and then 2 and then 4 and then 8. It's multiple. He's shaking his head. So you have some work to do there. But Mr. Noto, thank you for bringing Marcus to us. I think it's going to be stunning. So we've got a lot of wine over the next 2 weeks.
Peter, we talked about leader chefs having to work with the hotel chefs and the chefs are here who are used to cooking for a whole lot of people. What's always fascinated me, because I get to see how things work behind the scenes, is the relationship between the hosting chefs, the hosting establishment, and the visiting chefs. So we do have quite a few partners here as well who are going to be supporting us as hosting establishments.
We have a lot. Like I said earlier, without that it wouldn't be possible. I like these screens, easier. So we've got with us Carlo Marangoni, Christopher Miller, who's here. I understand you kept Anthony quite busy in the last few days. Can you stand up and be recognized? Christopher Miller of One Rochester Group. The master comes back to the student and sees how he does. I think the stress is on you, my friend, not on him, He's going to watch you every single day, isn't it? No? All right. So, Chris, thank you very much for making it happen. Of course, we have David Liu, my humble house. What are you going to speak in the next week? Is it going to be half Japanese or Chinese? David, come on. Both of you, come on. Humble house chefs. If you want to send your CV to become a chef in Humble House, now you have to go Botak. Frederick Collin, the executive chef for the St. Regis. I think he's inside the ballroom setting up. Jacob Esco from Capella Hotel. We're going to raid his kitchen more than once. He's looking after the Chinese chef in the Chinese restaurant. We're going to do our brunch there. And tomorrow morning we have live television for webcast, not forecast. James from the Fairmont, I think he's also busy setting up, who's playing host to the two chefs at Fairmont. Johnny is wrong. Young lady, are you here? Or did you run away already? I think she ran away already. She's in the ballroom setting up. Ken Ling, Ken, Humble House. We've got Lucas Samuel, Mezzanine Grand Hyatt, please. Moreno Zocchi is getting ready. Peter Rollinson from the Prime Society, welcome to Singapore. Our newest addition in the family of chefs, Mr. Ryan Cliff, with a jacket 3 times too large. I'm so sorry, Ryan. God, why is it always you? Sally Cock from Mandarin Court and Vinod Rana. Vinod is here, Rama, please, be recognized. So we have these amazing hosting chefs that really look after our guest chefs, and I think we are very blessed. I just want to highlight a couple of events while we're at it, because for any of the chefs that are in the ballroom, if you need a heating lamp and it doesn't work, there's 4 here, they work very well. Okay? We've got the culinary master classes this year a lot, so plenty of seats. We've got the Spanish gala dinner, of course, with David and Ramon. There's a few seats left. It's tomorrow night. Edward Cron celebrity dinner, almost sold out. And the drum cats, they're also in the kitchen. They really drum you up. Huh? Okay. We got the 50th anniversary gala dinner this Saturday happening. We've got the Champagne Rüderer brunch at Capella Hotel. Jacob was very excited to do it once again. He had last year's experience. I think his wife will not talk to me. He said 2 weeks he has to sleep in a hotel. Yuan Sang dinner featuring the cuisine of Manesh. We have Rachel Allen celebrity dinner, and of course a gourmet golf represented by Full Pau. There's still some, what do they call them, flights left, and 14 St. Emilion wines. We've got the Salvador Champagne dinner. There's going to be an induction, the launch of the Singapore Chefter, where you have to cross the cork with a saber. British gastronomy, very high with Andrew Turner at the Grand Hyatt, and a Carte Bouffe, a rustic brunch at Level 33 with Meat and Livestock Australia. So just some of the highlights. It's really an action-packed week. We've got so much going on. To all our friends out there, by the way, this is the best time to send emails. Today that everybody is communicating by email. As you can see, I'm sitting on my desk and I'm answering. I'm trying to answer all the emails. Remember, there's this thing that call. I suggest you do this, especially for those of you that want confirmation of something. Okay? Hosting chefs. We talk about hosting chefs. We have one hosting chef today that's been very patiently sitting there and just waiting for him to be called. And I needed to get a kick in the brain. Mr. Christopher Christie, the master chef, the man in charge of all culinary operations of Marina Bay Sands. And another person that I would like to recognize, Mr. Walter Wagner from Australia, the Crown Melbourne. Mr. Wagner, where are you? Mr. Wagner made the trip specially to Singapore, not to check out the competition, Christopher, it's okay, you know. But we are going into a relationship with the Melbourne Food Festival, and we will form a partnership, and that will combine a few gastronomic festivals from around the world. The big boss, Natalie O'Brien, came twice to Singapore, has been twice to Melbourne, so we are looking forward to work closer with Melbourne together. After all, you know, you fly out at night, you're there in the morning, and vice versa. Our biggest tourism arrival on gastronomy comes from Australia, and a lot of Singaporeans. How much of Melbourne do they own right now? How many properties did they buy down there? Okay, never mind, let's not go there. So we're going to have a relationship with the Melbourne Food Festival. Walter, check us out tonight. We are happy to have you here. Okay? So that's pretty much it.